Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Chase Talks Politics. Today is Monday, June 29th. And today our second topic is we're going to be discussing Donald Trump's approval rating and if it will affect him in the election. So we're going to look at his current approval rating, and then we're going to look at past presidents and see if the ones with a lower approval rating won the election and the ones with a higher approval rating, if they won as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. So how popular is President Donald Trump? So he currently, according to 538, which was updated today at 6:37 p.m., he has a 56% disapproval rate and a 40% approval rate. So that his approval rating is really low. It just keeps going lower for Donald Trump. And, there's not any reason to think that it's not going to go any lower, I think it's going to go a lot lower. I don't think it's going to go up at all. So, a couple different polls, they're all in the 40s for Donald Trump. But this is just not a great approval rating. And he's going to have to find a way to get this up. But I don't think he's winning the election with the 40% approval rating. So we're in the month of June now. And his approval rating, it just continues to plummet. So today, his approval rating, is at 40% as of today. It has, gotten lower and lower. It has not gotten any higher. If we look back at January, it was still pretty low. And it just continues to get lower. It was at 43 in April, but it has just gone down. It continues to plummet, as a result of various things. But, this is the lowest that his approval rating has been in a while. So let's look at the 538 Donald Trump. Sorry, not 538. Real Clear Politics Donald Trump approval rating. Let me just pull it up here. But yeah, his approval rating just continues to plummet. So, Real Clear Politics, they have him at minus 14.8, which is 36%, which is pretty low. Rasmussen has him at negative 13. NPR/PBS has him at negative 16. Reuters has Trump at negative 20. YouGov has Trump at negative 12. CNBC has Trump at negative 13. Politico has Trump at negative 19. New York Times Siena College poll has Trump at negative 15. The Harris poll has Biden at negative 14. And the Fox News poll also has Biden at negative 11. So let's look at Trump's approval on these key issues. First is going to be the coronavirus. He has a negative 14.7 approval on the coronavirus. So Americans did not approve of his handling of the coronavirus. 56.3 disapprove and 41.6 approve. We take a look at his approval as well as the economy. It is at 50.2. So Americans do approve of him on the economy. And if we look at his approval on foreign policy, it's at negative 10.4. Approval on direction of the country is at negative 41.3. So a lot of Americans, only 26% think he's taking the country in the right direction. 67.3. A lot of Americans, a majority, think that he is not taking the country in the right way. They think that he is going in the wrong way. If we have the congressional job approval, it's at negative 41.0. So yeah, 60. So again, a majority in this disapprove of his handling of this. The congressional job approval, he's at 64.7 in the disapproval. So yeah, he is, continuing to go down. So if we look at, lastly, if we take a look at the past president approval rating. Let's take a look at this. for past presidents. So if we look at first term averages, Trump's right now is at 40. Harry Truman's is at 55.6. Dwight Eisenhower, 69.6. John Kennedy, 70.1. Lyndon Johnson, 70.1. Richard Nixon, 55.8. So Trump's is worse than Nixon. Gerald Ford's is 47.2. Jimmy Carter, 45.5. Ronald Reagan, 50.3. George H.W. Bush, 60.9. Bill Clinton, 49.6. George W. Bush, 62.2. Barack Obama, 49.1. Trump's is at 40%. So if we take a look at, let's look at a recent president. Well, Obama was at 49.1 midterm. Job approval to statistics overall. Harry Truman's 45.4. Dwight Eisenhower 65.0. John Kennedy 70.1. Lyndon Johnson 55.1. Richard Nixon 49.0. Gerald Ford 47.2. Jimmy Carter 45.5. Ronald Reagan 52.8. George H.W. Bush 60.9, Bill Clinton 55.1, George H.W. Bush 49.4, and Barack Obama 47.9. So out of all of these, Trump is the lowest right now. Currently, his approval rating is at 40. So if we took a look at somebody like Barack Obama was pretty good. He was at 47. But if we take a look at somebody that low, we really don't have somebody that low. This is second term, but overall, Trump's approval rating. Let's look at all presidents' approval rating after one term. I believe Donald Trump's is the lowest. So his approval rating, is around the same as, other one term. His approval rating is pretty much the same as recent one-term presidents who lost the election. That's what you could compare it to. Obama's was, so if you look at these, Bill Clinton was 55.1. He was reelected. George W. Bush was 49.4. He was reelected. Obama, 47.9, was reelected. But Trump is at 40% and he was not reelected. Look at a president who was not reelected, and we'll look at their approval rating. Because Trump's approval rating is about the same as a one-term president, a president who lost. Okay, so Obama. So this is a good statistic. In the June of the re-election year, which we are now, Obama was at 46%. He won re-election. George W. Bush was at 49%. He won re-election. Bill Clinton was at 55%. He won election. George H.W. Bush was at 37%. He did not win re-election. So see, somebody that low is not going to win the election. He was only 3% lower than Trump. Reagan, 54%. He won re-election. Carter, 32%. He did not win. That's really low. Ford, 45%. He did not win. So Trump is at 40. So he is 5 less than Ford, and Ford lost re-election. So if this tells us anything, it tells us that somebody with this low approval rating does not look like they would be able to win the election based off previous data. Nixon, 59%. He won the election. Johnson, 74, won the election. Eisenhower, 72, won the election. Truman, 40, did win the election. So Truman and Trump have the same approval rating currently as in the same month. Truman won, but based off data, George H.W. Bush, who was lower than Trump, lost. Carter, who was lower than Trump, lost. But Ford, who was a little bit higher than Trump, lost. So most of the presidents who were around the same approval rating as Trump lost re-election. Yeah. But some of their approval ratings went up like a month before the election. But this is June, the month that we are right now, and Trump's is really low. So if history tells us anything, it's going to be very difficult for Trump to get reelected with a 40% approval rating. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.